Good afternoon, class. Avery Bell here. For this week's video discussion, we are asked to essentially discuss integrity, how integrity is integrated within our organization, the effects of a breakdown of integrity, and just some of the consequences of that breakdown. So first and foremost, defining integrity. Oftentimes, and I'm sure you all heard it just like I did growing up, especially playing sports. Integrity is what you do when no one is watching. To me, that's a good definition, but I think we need to look a little deeper. For me, integrity is an intrinsic feeling that we feel when we do the right thing when no one is watching. I think there's a difference between being guilted into it and actually internally feeling like it's the thing that you have to do. As far as the implications that in individual integrity and how those lapses affect the organization, I think it always comes down to the individual. For example, if an individual with no power or authority and very little influence demonstrates a lack of integrity, I don't really think it affects the organization a whole lot. I think it's pretty easy to point that person out and fix them. If an individual either has power but no influence, or has a lot of influence but no power, I think it can have a marginal effect on the overall integrity of the organization. I think either with their influence or power, they're able to persuade other people or influence other people to act in a similar nature. I think where it gets especially concerning is people who have power, are in a position of authority, and also lack integrity. I think they're setting the tone for everybody else. I think that people, whether they act with or without integrity, people want to follow them. And I think if they decide to perform their duties without integrity, I think it has a overall negative impact on the ethical culture of the organization as a whole. In my organization, I've often talked about air traffic, but my particular job would not exist without the Wyoming Military Department or the Wyoming Air National Guard, and in the big picture, the United States Air Force. So I think for this one, it's important to talk about the integrity of the unit opposed to the job. Now, if people are consistently showing a lack of integrity, it can have, to me, three major impacts. The first impact is obviously a result from a breakdown in good order and discipline. That will make the unit ineffective, and in the end, it affects combat readiness, which is why my particular unit is there. And essentially, we would fail the mission that is set forth upon us. Definitely not something that we want. As far as the consequences, if integrity is breached, I think, as I stated before, mission breakdown, and it negatively impacts even those who try and walk with integrity and promote positive ethics. I think there's only so much they can do if the organization as a whole fails. Thanks.